Okay, so up to this point we've practiced the polar coordinates, we've practiced the horizontal stretch, and now what we're going to practice is the twist. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this person over just a little bit. I'm going to Command T to transform the image. And just make sure that we have enough on that left-hand side to create kind of a dynamic twist. Okay, let's move them over a little bit more. Okay, we're ready. So now we have to do our selection. This one's a little bit easier than the past ones. So we're going to do quick select, select subject. The reason it's easier is because the person doesn't have any hair showing. It's tucked in a helmet. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my top brush and just brush across the image. Okay, you can always go in and take the time to do a better selection, but this is a good start. Let's go on black, and this time let's go to 75. Okay, and I'm going to grab that third brush, just like I do. You can try using the first brush if you have a major selection, so that might help. Okay, that saves you a little time. And then go in and start really working on the sections that need help. So I'm going to grab my third brush, which is going to give me a little bit more control. Alright, I'm happy with the selection. I'm going to go down to new layer with layer mask, click OK. And the pixels are going to be coming from the skateboard. So I'm going to grab my rectangular marquee and I'm going to come down in a very narrow strip as far as I can go before I get to the actual background. So I can go about right there. I'm going to do Command J, Command T. Not entirely sure why it made a new layer mask. So let's do this. Let's do Command C, Command V, and then Command T. So it's just selecting the pixels, not the actual layer. Stretch it out. Grab your selection tool again. Grab your pen, or go all the way down until you can't touch, or you're going to touch the background. Go to your layer mask, your original layer mask layer. Do Command C, Command V, Command T, and just stretch. Okay, we're going to lift these up together and we're going to merge them together. So hold Shift, merge, and now we can transform them a little bit. just so they go from top to bottom of the snowboard. Okay, and lay them down. Okay, before we get into layer masking and start cutting out this side, we're going to twist this object. I'm going to do Command T, and this time I'm going to come up here to my warp tool, which is right here. I'm going to take this point, this anchor point, and lower it down. You don't have to go all the way yet, because we can keep practicing this until we get it just right. Okay, and see if you like the twist. If you want more of a twist, you would just lower this down. It does not have to fit on the artboard, so I could very easily bring this in. I would do that by doing Command T and just simply bringing it in like that. Okay, now this looks good. We have some layer masking to do, so let's do that first. Let's grab our brush on black with our layer mask turned on, and let's take away using our brush. The other thing I'm noticing is that the tip of the pixel stretch, or the tip of the snowboard and the bottom, they need to have the pixel stretching across, or working with them. So I'm going to grab my warp tool and just lower those down there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go into my layer here, and I'm going to grab my pen tool, and I'm going to use it like a selection tool. So I'm going to have it set on path with selection, and I'm going to come in here and select the inside portion. Okay, and I'm going to make a selection. And then while I'm in there at a very low opacity and a hazy brush, I'm going to be painting in black. And I'm going to stay, not the layer mask, I'm going to stay close to the top, just in this area, and darken that a little bit. Okay, you can do Command D and do the same thing on the other side. It just gives it a little dimension. I'm making the shape large because if I make it too small, the shadow is too concentrated and it cannot look very realistic. It looks more like a line. Do the same thing. This side is not going to be as dark, so we don't have to go in as much. I think I'm going to lower my opacity even more. Just kind of do a little brush. Okay, so there we go. We're good to go. So now we're going to add our background back. And you can decide, do you want this to go off the artboard? Do you want it to stay on the artboard? I'm going to go ahead and transform it and actually move it off the artboard, which means I have to adjust the skateboard again, or the snowboard again. Okay. Good. Okay, let's save this to our cloud and then export it as a ping and turn it in on Canvas.